All right, what's happening, YouTube? This your boy Hollywood Hendo, aka Hollywood Code 85. You already know the Instagram and Twitter. And today I'm gonna do something totally different, it's totally out of my realm. We're gonna do a comparison video. And of course, I know you see those flu games up there. There's 3 different kinds that we have here today. And first off, before I do this, I want to give a big shout out to my boy, last name underscore Loveless, on Instagram. Be sure to follow him on Instagram, last name underscore Loveless, and on his Twitter, madness underscore 713. He was able to get me, of course, the original 1997 flu game. He also got me the newer version that came out this year of the flu game. And of course, I know you see that shoot to the far right, and I'm gonna give a big shout out to my boy Sargi. Follow him on IG at Sargi11 on Instagram. He bought those suede joints for me. That suede is so buttery. But shout out to those guys. And of course, today we're gonna do a comparison, just some things that we noticed about the shoes. There's always been this talk about, hey, they don't make them how they used to, or they all look different. We do know some subtle differences, but honestly, you're gonna see a lot of things that you probably didn't notice. So once again, be sure to follow last name underscore Loveless on IG, and follow Sargi11 on IG. And also, last name underscore Loveless once again has a Twitter, and it's gonna be madness underscore 713. Of course, you see it on the screen. Be sure to follow those guys. All right, everyone. So, of course, you see these 3 lovely shoes on the table. We have our 1997, 2016 remaster, and of course, we have the suede that came out in 2009. And we're gonna do a quick, just look at the shoes, review, and we'll, of course, we'll start with the OG 1997. And shout out to Jumpman Bostic for this, because he gave me information on this shoe for us, the price and everything. He said in January 1st of 1997, this shoe was priced at $135. So imagine that, the market now, looking at 190 up, 225 up. This is crazy. So of course you see this shoe, this buttery leather, just, man, you can see the details to it. For this to be a 1997, this looks like a brand new shoe. And once again, shout out to last name underscore Loveless. My boy D, man, he held me down on this one, and he took good care of this shoe. I don't think you can wear this shoe no more, right?
It's not wearable.
Not wearable. He says not wearable. So we'll get into this one real quick. Obviously, you notice on the back of the heel tab there, you have the 23. What you're gonna notice something different on that 2009 version, which you'll see. Everything's pretty much original on this one, obviously being an original shoe. You got the 2-3 on the tongue there, black rope laces, carbon fiber bottom. And you mentioned something about this shoe that was different.
This is the first Jordan with the zoom in the back, zoom air.
Okay, so had to zoom air. So, man, like I said, my boy, last name underscore Lovers, he's been doing this for a long time. I consider him an OG of the game. He might not like that term, but definitely. So, as you see this shoe here, definitely some great things about this shoe. 38 points, game 5. We know about that. We know about the history of the shoe. Whether we call it the flu game or not, there's some hidden mysteries about that. Maybe the hangover game or whatever. But still, playoffs, bread, whatever you want to call them. This is your OG flu game. So that is your OG. And of course, we're going to bring up the 2016 version real quick, right here. And the 2016, as you see, same exact leather, real shiny. You know this is a new one. 23 back on the heel tab there. Same Jordan stuff there. You got your swoosh right there, the 2-3 on the tongue, the rope laces. This shoe was cut a little bit higher, as we noticed, because you kind of look at both of these. The new shoe looks a lot cut higher, although this is a 10.5 and this is 11. This shoe was cut high, a lot higher on the new one. Same thing on the bottom. Get that carbon fiber bottom. Not too much of a difference on these shoes. As you see in the back there, that box, it went back to their original box, that Nike box. So shout out to them for making it the remaster. And also, If you bring it up there, shout out to our boys out there in Kicklahoma. See the Kicklahoma event. They got an event coming up in September. So shout out to Juan, shout out to my boy Brandon Guerra, all the family, Landon Peach, all y'all out there. We're gonna be out there in September to represent for y'all again. So you saw that. Now, the separation between these two shoes or versus the suede that came out in 2009. And shout out to Sarge 11 for this shoe. This obviously you got that buttery suede. That suede is beautiful, by the way. But you notice on the back, the Jordan is in white. On the OG and the new, you have the red. And of course, the 23. The 23 is in black. This one's outlined in red. And I think my boy D, he had something else that he wanted to mention about shoes. So you noticed something about the tongue on this shoe.
Yeah, the sock liner is different. It has a red sock liner as opposed to the OG and the 2016 version, which is all black.
Man, so, and then another thing we noticed about these shoes here was the tongue. So, of course, on the original shoe and the newer shoe has the 2-3. Well, on this shoe, it gives you the 97 and it has 38. We all know 38 is how many points he scored in the game. And, of course, it gives you the emoji. Emojis were popular back then, as we see. Gives you the sick emoji or the dead emoji, whatever you want to call it, of that. And, of course, on the side back heel tab, got the 97, of course, with the 38 with that emoji. So, man, the discussion that's always talked about with these shoes is going to be, could we consider that shoe the flu game versus this bad boy here and this bad boy? It is what it is. Of course, Jordan may have not played in the suede version. Who knows? He may have had a suede version, but to me, dope shoes all around. The price comparisons, which is crazy. Shout out to Jumpman Bossy once again. He said it was at $135 for the OG, of course. This shoe here
150
was 150. So shout out to Sergeant with the 150 joints. And then of course, the new one that everybody has now was at 190 retails or 225?
190.
190. So it's 190 on that. So man, just see how the market has changed. I mean, imagine getting these for 135 or getting any one of these for 135. And of course, the boxes we'll get into real quick. We don't have the original box, but you already know what the original box looks like because it did have the Nike checks to the Jordan logo. This is what the new box looks like. You see the style code there. Not too much of a difference. Obviously, you get that 30th anniversary gold Jordan emblem on it. US dollars, 190. You see that style code, that barcode. And of course, we're going to get into that 2009 right there. So that's the 2009 box right there. You see right there, it got the size. Man, this is a crazy box right there. It does like the Foot Locker, the foot action little logo type price pad thing, whatever. Crazy. You see that right there, 150 retail. So man, just crazy. And of course, on the back of the box, you get that Jordan that's spelled down the back of there. Crazy, crazy, crazy. You know, like I said, this is one of the more iconic shoes of the Jordan brand, and I know like there's a French blue pair that maybe one day we'll be able to do a comparison of as well. But this is just amazing how you look at these shoes. You can kind of tell the difference if you're looking at them, especially with this one. This one has a more of a darker look to it. Obviously, there's some lighting there, but you can see that suede. It stands out. And one other thing I did notice about this shoe that was unique, and maybe I could be wrong about this, but let's look at the front of the heel toe there, the toe box of this shoe. This one seems to be cut more towards the middle. But then if you look at the OG, it's not. So like if you put them both side by side to each other, you see that? See how they're like, one right there is like right there, then the other one's a little bit further back. So definitely notice that on there. Definitely, if you notice anything about the shoes that you'll notice, give us some comments on the section, anything like that. And also, once again, big shout out to my boys at Sneaker Bar Detroit for this, man. The Jordan Encyclopedia. I appreciate you, Africa Seas, all you boys at the Sneaker Box Podcast. Definitely check that out. This is great. They actually signed the book for me inside and everything. John and Bossy got into this one as well. They also gave me a calendar as well. I had to take that to work. But shout out to that. Look at those signatures. Look at that. Man, just shout out to all those boys there, man. I do appreciate you guys for that. And definitely support their channel. If you come across it, definitely listen to those boys. They do some good work out there in Detroit. So definitely holding them down. And once again, be sure to follow the guys that have these shoes. Last name _Loveless on Instagram. Madness713, which is his Twitter. Madness _713. You spell the 7 out, of course, as you see on the screen. And then, of course, Saji 11 for those suede 2009 12s. Anything else, D, about this? All right, well, D is going to be the quiet one. Also, shout out to my boy, Brian Gum, a.k.a. DA.
I'm making brownies.
He's making brownies right now. And we're going to try to get some of his shoes one day so we can get him on video to talk about his OGs because he has a lot too. And once again, this is your boy Hollywood Hendo. This is a quick comparison of these shoes. Be sure to like, subscribe, everything that I told you on here. Leave comments, give us feedback. We take criticism as well. This is our first true video. So once again, give us a shout. Peace.